There's beauty in my brokenness. I got true love instead of pain. There's freedom though you captured me. I got joy instead of mourning. 'Cause you bring me joy down deep in my soul, down deep in my soul, down deep in my soul. 'Cause you bring me joy down deep in my soul, down deep in my soul, down deep in my soul. Y'all, I had to get that out just real quick. Uh, Today, God blessed me in a mighty way, and He did it in front of my child. And I got to thinking, we try to shield our children for so much because we don't want to put them through grown up stuff and situations, and we shouldn't. We shouldn't unleash our burdens on them. We shouldn't make them worry, whatever. But many of you all know for 3 years I was homeless, and I couldn't shield my daughter from that. I wanted to, wish it could, wish it would have never happened. But that was what happened. And God blessed me in those 3 years. And I tell people all the time, in those 3 years, the sky was never our roof and the ground was never our floor. And He provided. But today, He did some mighty things for us. And it brought to these scriptures to me was Exodus 10. And it says, I also did this so you can tell your children and your grandchildren about the miracles and the other things I perform that I done in Egypt. I'm sorry. He does things so we can tell our children. How else will they know what miracles are? How else will they know what God can do? If we shield them, He said, you tell them so they can know what miracles are, what I can do for them as God. And the other verses are Psalms 27. I would have fainted unless I believed that I would see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. I would have fainted unless I believed. Yeah, we got to be doing some believing in front of our children. They got to see us believe God for the impossible. We've been singing for the past 3 days for my daughter and I. I'm looking for a miracle. I expect the impossible. That's what we've been singing. I believed it. I believed it. And then the next verse came, Psalm 16. I got written down here. I will walk before the Lord in the land of the living. I believed, therefore I spoken, and I was greatly afflicted. I was afflicted, but I believed. I believed. And God gave me some praying women, Dr. Sharon Brandon, my sister Keisha, and Jamelda. So many people blessed me with encouraging words during that time. And let me tell you, God will show Himself to you and reveal to you so you can tell your children and they can tell their children. Yes, we don't want to unleash things to our children before it's time. We don't want to worry them and burden them. But guess what? We got to tell them the story. Because if we just show them the glory and the aftermath, then we just make God a God that just a glorified God, as they say, a Santa Claus God to them. And God is more than that. He is more than that. He wants to show them miracles. He wants to show them, and it starts with us and our belief in what we can do, and we give it to them. So I don't care what we're going through. Allow them to see God work and do a good work in you. Allow them to show that God is your strength and that He will provide. Let them see what God can do. Teach them how to believe and not faint. And that's why we have a lot of children, I believe, that don't know how to wait on God. They're fainting by the wayside and going the way of the world because we haven't taught them how to wait with belief, how to wait. And then when the miracle comes, they get to understand what a miracle really is because they saw you being afflicted and they seen that you waited on God. Hard times is not always easy. That's why God bring people around you. And today He blessed me in a mighty way. And He got to do it in front of my daughter, the same daughter who was homeless, the same daughter that we went from house to house, pillar to post in the car. He got to Bless us today because we waited and we held firm. And the person today said, I didn't do this, you did this. You did this. You stood right here and you were willing to give up everything and walk away. And you said, I'm doing this on faith. I can take it, I can leave it. But if it's not what for me, I don't